Hello and welcome guys, this is LPGrodus here and I'm back with yet another episode of How Far Can I Get. And if you're new to this series, this is how it works. I'm playing a game and the thing I'm trying to do in the game is getting as far as I possibly can before I either die or get a game over. It all depends on the game I'm playing. The game itself makes the rules. And in this episode we're going to play some Blaster Master, which is a game for the NES. Which is also a game I played much as a child, but never successfully beaten. As far as I could get was World 5. I recently bought this for the Virtual Console on the 3DS as well. So I've been playing it a little bit and practicing it and such. So hopefully I should make it kinda far, but in just one game over I will definitely not make it to... I will definitely not beat the game, is what I'm trying to say. Mostly because it's pretty hard, especially the last worlds. I have beaten it once with the save states, but that is not allowed in this series. You can also jump out from your vehicle, which is called Sophia the Third, I believe, by pressing the select button. But be aware, because as you play as the main character and or just a guy like this, you'll die very easily, and I did not mean to suicide like that, but you take damage quite easily, and if you fall from a too high distance, you'll die instantly. But lucky for you, if you take damage with your main character, you'll refill your HP fully when you jump into the Sophia again. Also, as you enter these bases like this, you'll start seeing your character in a top view screen, and that's when you have two weapons: your normal gun and your grenades. Also, you can strafe if you're holding the button like this. I kinda forget about that. Okay, you strafe when you hold into the same button you use grenades with. Also, make sure to kill this guy with grenades, because when you kill him with grenades, he drops a weapon upgrade. Now, I will be going back and forth through this area, or rather through this place a couple of times, because this is the best way to refill your weapon to the max level, at least here in the beginning. So, when you have the chance to go here, I highly recommend it if you're playing the game for yourself. So, we're gonna do this at least until we have our weapon fully upgraded. Now, the grenades are the ones that takes the most damage on enemies, which is kind of a given. However, the weapon upgraded to the max level is quite effective weapon as well, and you'll see why. As you get to a level 3 weapon... Okay, I was wrong about this. Then it's the level 4. Which we'll be getting soon. The H stands for Hover, by the way, and that's something we will unlock later. So for now it's useless. The other two are weapons for Sophia. But yeah, as you can see, I have a level 4 weapon, and now the second shot and the third shot goes around in a circle. Now, I hate this weapon upgrade. It's good to take out enemies on the sides like that, but since it's moving slower and you don't fire as many shots at the enemy forward of you, I don't think it's that good. Sure, it has its uses, but as you can see right now, the other shots makes it very hard for me to hit the enemy. Let's see, yeah, level 5 is exactly the same, except that it shoots a little bit faster. I don't think there is anything up around here at any time, so... all you really need to shoot is those. But you see this weapon? This, it starts to move in a Medusa pattern. Or a wavy pattern. But as you can see, it gets hit by the wall, so in narrow passages, a level 6 weapon upgrade is not that very effective. However, it does more damage and hit more often, so It's definitely better than what we previously used. It do the same amount of damage as the normal shots, however, so in that sense it's not that very good yet. But we'll be getting there, don't you worry. Now... Whoa, that was close. There we go, wonderful. Now you see now we have armor penetration. Or rather penetration in general. See how effective this is. And the best thing is, this is not even the best upgrade yet. This is. Now you see all his color shots. This does the most damage. And I believe it might even do more damage than the grenades. But don't hold me to that because I'm not 100% about it. But as you can see, since it goes through walls, this is by far the best weapon. The grenade might do more damage and have its area of effect type of damage. This will still, however, be better. Also make sure to jump up here fast enough so that you don't get hurt. However, don't worry about getting hit when you're a normal guy like this. Or rather, you should be afraid of it and avoid it at all costs, but don't be afraid when it comes to not losing your weapon upgrades. Because the thing is, the weapon upgrades work like this. If you take damage, you lose 1 level of upgrade. So you do best not to get hurt. Also, as you can see, there are more than just one base. Now, most bases just are dead ends and perhaps have a few upgrades or health pickups, hover pickups, weapon upgrades or something like that. Weapon pickups or weapon upgrades, something like that. So, like these, for example, or the thunder and missile we have picked up. However, one in every world leads to a new boss, so it's your job to go through all of them, finding the correct one which has the boss in them, and make sure that you get to the boss and beat the boss in order to progress throughout the game. Now, the basic plot to this game, alright, that's one of those there. The basic plot of this game is this. You're a kid, you have a frog, your frogs escape. You have a pet frog, by the way, in an aquarium or something like that. Yeah, the frog escapes, apparently jumps up onto something that is very radioactive. Some uranium or something like that. I have no idea why the kid has it outside of his house. But anyway, the frog touches it. It grows into a giant frog. Or rather, it mutates into a giant frog. Or mutates into a much larger creature. And, well, it jumps down into a hole. The kid you're playing as decides to jump after it down through the bottomless pit. Or the bottomless hole. Down there, he'll find the Sophia. Or Sophia the Third. And an armor which you'll pick up. Also, here you have the extra weapons. You use them by jumping, and then, or rather by pressing down and the B button. The B button is the same button as to shoot with, by the way. But yeah, so then you start off your car and you start off in the first world. Funny thing is, you actually kill your frog. Your frog is either the 4th boss or the 6th or 7th boss, I think. Also, this one is the one with the boss in it, so highly recommend taking this one if you want to progress to the second world, that is. But yeah, you actually kill your frog. I think it's either the 4th boss or the 6th or 7th boss, something like that. You should be able to find health in these blocks over here. Yeah, these two. And yeah, the rocks, they come back as you go away from the screen. But yeah, if I remember correctly, the final boss is called Either it's called uranium or something like that, I can't really remember. But it has something to do with radioactiveness or something like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, like I said, I have beaten this game with save states, and it's quite hard to say the least. Especially the final boss. Yeah. Also, the final boss is on the cover of the game, the NES cover, that is. But yeah, anytime you see a blinking object like this, like the P over here. Oh, I can't get over there. Well, screw that then. Yeah. Every time you see a blinking like that, that means it refills more than just one. Also, these guys can be quite tough to take out, so make sure to use the grenades on them. Up here, we'll find the first boss of the game. It's a really easy boss. However, there should be a glitch working here. That works on some bosses. I will try and see if it works on this one. Yeah. If you do like this... Funny thing is, the boss will continuously take damage. You can wait for this like quite a while. And it will actually take damage. Or you have to do something like this. I can't really remember. And it's not even sure. I'm not even sure if it works on the first boss, by the way. But yeah, you want to avoid him, and I took stupid damage, which is okay. There we go. As you can see, he's already dead. He's quite easy. But yeah. And when you beat a boss, you get a new upgrade, which will usually upgrade you to Sophia. Let's see, jump down. And with the little guy you can actually swim also. While the Sophia don't have gravity. So she will slowly be affected by gravity and be pulled down slowly and move very slowly. It will also affect your jump, or rather your jumping. Also you can shoot upward and forward and backward like this. Also down with the special weapons. However, you cannot shoot down with your weapon like this. And that is because it's, first of all, it would be quite awkward if you push your cannon towards or right through your vehicle. It would also make no sense due to the fact, and it would be way too easy to beat the game, or rather to get through the game. And the developers didn't want that, so that's why it's like this. But yeah, once you're done with the first boss, you're supposed to go left like this in order to progress to the second world. Now, the funny thing about this game is that it requires a little bit of backtracking, so you don't always... Also, you can, as you can see, our weapons have been upgraded. You need this weapon in order to take out this guy. You cannot get through here without this weapon, is what I'm trying to say. And by defeating him, you'll open up here and you can go back and forth easily. But yeah, sometimes you have to backtrack in order to get to certain worlds. For example, to get to the second world, you have to go through the first world, obviously. That one is quite... it makes a lot of sense being that way. The second one, or rather, to get to the fourth world, you actually have to go through the first world. However, you need a upgrade from the boss in the third world in order to get there. And also, whenever you enter a new world, a new theme will start. Or a new song, rather. And one thing about this game is that it's got amazing music. One of the NES's strongest game tracks, or rather OSTs. Original soundtrack, that is. Especially the boss theme, as you heard before. But the level themes are so wonderful as well. Some of them are creepy, otherwise are badass, like this. So yeah, very great themes. Also, make sure to jump out your vehicle like this to take out the worms. Because the worms are so small that you cannot hit them with your cannon. Also, don't worry about me getting lost. I know my way pretty good around at least the first 3 worlds. The 4th world and onwards I have a little bit harder time with finding. Well, not the 4th world. The 4th world I'm pretty good at. I mean, not the 5th world. The 5th world I'm pretty good at finding out where to go, but the problem there is that I can never make it there in time before dying. Another thing, avoid the lava because, ouch! As you can see, you take major damage. I did not meant to jump down there, by the way. It was all a mistake. So, be careful is all I'm going to say. But lucky for us, the worms do not take that much damage on you. So yeah, keep that in mind. Like I said, avoid the lava of all costs. So, let us continue. Also, you see the place here to the left. That's where you want to go to get to the 3rd world. But we need an upgrade in order to break these rocks here. And that's what we'll get from the next boss. Also be careful about the mines since they drop projectiles like that. Or aftershots. But lucky for us, they die by 1 shot from either weapons. Also, the bombs are quite dangerously. So, like I said, avoid them at all costs. Pretty much avoid everything at all costs is what I'm trying to say here. That's your best bet of surviving at least. Also, a heads up, when the next new game starts, I assume that I will make it further than just 1 episode for this, since I am pretty good at this game. I would like you, the audience, to take part of this game and making your own entries for how far can I get and sending them as video responses. My friend Captain Psychopath on YouTube here has already done one, and that what gave me the original idea of having you, the audience, take part of this series by leaving video responses like this. My friend LP Ted PSX have also started his own How Far Can You Get series, which he did after I started mine, or rather got inspired by mine. So I recommend checking out his as well. So check out Captain Psychopath's entry for this by going to his channel, obviously, and make sure to check out LP Ted's PSX's entry for it as well, or rather his own series, I mean.